Listen, man, in the modern world we live in today, us as men have had our perceptions of what it actually means to be a man completely warped to the fuckery and foolishness of this degenerate society that we are living in today. Yes, sir, let me say that again for y'all. Listen up. Us as men in the modern world that we are living in today have had our perceptions of what it actually means to be a man completely warped to fit into the agendas and the fuckery and nonsense of this degenerate society that we are living in today. And you might be wondering, okay, man, what does it actually mean to be a man then? How do I actually get above this degenerate view of what it means to be a man? Well, relax, relax, relax. Because your boy's about to break this bitch down real quick like a brick for y'all. Breaking down the differences between the divine masculine and the degenerate wannabe alpha male. Now you gotta understand this. Society is running off a hive mind. Whatever is deemed popular will be the status quo. This is due to the fact that us as humans, bless you, bless my dog, you better bless my dog right now. Us as humans have an evolutionary trait, a psychological evolutionary trait to want to fit in with the crowd. I've talked about this before, but imagine back in the hunter-gatherer times, you have a tribe of 100 people, let's say max. Whatever they say is your essential vision of the world, your views of the world, what is right, what is wrong, what is the criteria to actually be a part of this clan is what you adopt. Regardless if it goes against your own individual morals, values, and ethics. Because if you didn't, guess what? You're left stranded, just out to die, basically. You ain't getting no food, you ain't getting no shelter, and you're completely a lone wolf on your own. So over time, throughout our evolution, we have developed this trait to just want to fit in with the crowd for our safety, for our egoic safety. However, this is still being played to our disadvantage till this day. And it's as prevalent as it has ever been. Social media, propaganda, propagation of whatever agenda society wants to push towards you is instituted through this same evolutionary trait. Whatever everybody else is doing, whatever everybody else is telling you is the right way to go. And when it comes to this whole concept of what it means to be a man, we see it clear as day in this modern day scene with social media, with these influencers pushing a degenerate view of masculinity. They're saying, oh man, you have to have all these material possessions, you gotta have 100 girlfriends, you gotta have this, that, all these nonsensical attachments to the material world to make you be a man. This is what it takes to be alpha. Here's 5 steps to be more dominant. That's all fucking bullshit, man. All bullshit. Because there is a true divine masculine essence residing within you that it encapsulates and embodies what it really means to be a man. What it really means to actually live out your highest potential. That's what a divine masculine man is focused on. It's not focused on creating more bondages, more attachments to this material world. The wannabe alpha male, the degenerate alpha male, in my opinion, is more of a bitch than anything else, due to the fact that they're just creating more bondages to this material world, making them more of a slave to their senses, and making them more attached to the things external from them. The divine masculine man develops the qualities that are internal to the point where it radiates out onto other people. Think of the sun. The sun in the occult, esoteric, and alchemical senses is the divine masculine radiance. It's an energy. It's masculine energy, solar energy. What does the sun do? It literally radiates off a beacon of pure light to the world in order for the world to actually grow and prosper. Without sun, we ain't getting these plants. Without these plants, we ain't getting oxygen. Without oxygen, we ain't living. Now, I'm not telling you you gotta fucking put yourself on fire and become the sun. No, relax. But what I'm saying is take that same ideology, take that same symbolism that's been used in so many different cultures, spiritual traditions, and overall occult teachings of time, and embody that to your own human experience. You were brought here with a certain quality, certain gifts, certain traits. That's not just for you to hold to yourself, but it's there for you to use it, not only for the betterment of yourself, but also for the betterment of the collective consciousness of humanity. That's what the divine masculine man does, just like the sun and the solar energy. When a man is radiating that solar energy, this is when they become magnetic. This is when they become a force to be reckoned with. And this is why society wants to keep you away from that. If it can dull you down, it can make you degenerate and make you think and believe that this is what it means to be a man, that this is your rite of passage, to have 100 girls you fucked, to have this car, that car, these clothes, to be talking a certain way, to smoke cigars, drink alcohol, like whatever it is that they tell you is the right way to be a man, using these influencers as fucking puppets to just spew nonsense out there, you're just gonna further drift away from that divine source, that divine spark that truly will radiate what it means to be a man for you on your own individual path. All these motherfuckers are saying the same shit. All these influencers, all these degenerate wannabe alpha males are saying the same shit, and all these kids, all these younger guys that are watching them are all acting in the same way. I just dropped a video recently on this channel talking about how don't let the internet kill off your individuality. This is what's happening on a more global scale when it comes to the perspectives of what it means to be a man. And I'm not saying, oh man, it's evil to have cars and clothes and shit like that. It's not. But if you make that the external achievement to be a man, you're still a bitch at heart. You're still a fucking pussy at heart. You are letting the external world dictate your actions of what it means to be a man. What a man really does is follow the internal source of intuition that tells him what his path in life really is. That's a true divine masculine man. They're not a slave to whatever society tells them. They're not a slave to whatever their friends tell them. They're not a slave to whatever social media their family tells them. They have an internal connection to their higher self that pulls them and directs them towards glory, towards becoming a divine vessel or instrument for God to use you so you can radiate, just like the sun, a source of pure energy that helps uplift not only yourself, but the people around you. There's certain traits that the divine masculine man carries. And within the Vedic terms, they call these the 6 opulences. The 6 opulences of Bhagavan. And we just broke down a whole video on those 6 opulences on the private Patreon community. Shout out to the fucking private Patreon community, man. If you are a man who is truly on this path of self-mastery in order to actually unlock your divine radiance and actually embody the divine masculine traits, then bro, I'm telling you right now, you're doing yourself a disfavor by not joining up into the private Patreon community. Yes, sir, let me say that again, motherfucker. Listen up. You're doing yourself a fucking disfavor by not joining up into the private Patreon community, because within there, you get access to exclusive videos that go much more in-depth and in detail to these types of topics, to these types of subjects, as well as full guides, occult lectures, and most importantly, if you tap into the Philosopher's Circle, aka the highest membership tier within the private Patreon community, you'll get access to our monthly mastermind live calls. Yes, so we're doing 2 live calls each and every single month where you hop on a call with me and a community of like-minded men who are working towards further developing that divine radiance, the divine masculine essence that is hidden, dormant within each and every single one of us, and just needs a spark. It just needs the catalyst, and it just needs a catapult and community around you to help you on that journey, to help you on that progress, to help you on that path, man. So if you're interested in stuff like this, check out the links posted in the pinned comment of this video, because within the pinned comment of this video, you'll also be able to find links to our other services, whether that's personalized coaching with me one-on-one, one-on-one consultation calls, weekly newsletters, free community Discord, all that good stuff posted in the pinned comment of this video. But like I was saying, within the private Patreon community, we dropped a video talking about the 6 traits, the 6 overall opulences of the divine masculine, which is wealth, which is beauty, which is knowledge, which is fame, which is power, and most importantly, which is detachment. Now, I'm not going to go too in depth to each and every single one of them, because again, if you really want access to that, Patreon, link posted in the pinned comment of this video. But these are the traits that they have broken down of what it means to actually embody the divine masculine essence. Wealth. Does that mean just material wealth? No, it means spiritual wealth. No, it means mental health. Power, does that just mean physical power where you can beat the fuck out of everybody? Not just that. You need that in your bag, though. You definitely need that in your bag. But also power to influence. Power to disarm people. Power to harmonize people. Eternal fame. Does that mean having 1 million subscribers on YouTube? That could be a part of it. It's never neglecting any of these physical aspects, but it expands more upon that. Fame as in when you pass away, when you're 6 feet under, your physical body is 6 feet under, the soul and the spirit has left such a huge fucking imprint on this world in a positive way, not in an egotistical way. Oh man, I want people to remember me after I die. No, you were just following your path that left such a big dent in this universe for good that it lives on beyond your physical existence. That's eternal fame right there. Let's talk about knowledge. Does that mean just knowledge of book smarts and stuff like that? No, knowledge of the true nature of self. Detachment. Does that mean just being a monk and living in a cave? No, it's living throughout this world but not being attached to it. Realizing that everything within this world is impermanent. It's temporary. It's a transient aspect of human existence. The true divine masculine man has that trait embodied with him where he can operate within this world without getting too attached to it. When things are going good, he's not attached to it. When things are going bad, he's not attached to it. He's firmly established within the stoic state of mind and is truly just focused on controlling the controllables, following his divine righteous path, all that stuff. So, of course, I don't want to get too in depth with each and every single one of them because there's a whole video, an hour-long fucking video on the private Patreon community. But I'm telling you right there is different traits that we think is what it means to be a man. Wealth, power, this and that. But there's different layers to that. The surface level with everything in life is more close to just the degenerate aspects of humanity. Wealth, oh, I'm just gonna be greedy and hoardy and get all this money because that's what it means to be a man. This is what these alpha males are saying. They're saying scam people. Fuck it, man. Start up a webcam, shit like Andrew Tate. Doesn't matter. I'm getting money. I'm fucking big boss. I'm top G. Power. Oh, you gotta be a kickboxer and shit like that just to beat fucking people up. And I'm not saying martial arts is bad. I think it's a great fucking practice. And I do recommend that for each and every single one of you guys out there. But having this egotistical approach to it, which usually if you actually do practice martial arts, gets knocked out of you within the first couple sessions. But having that approach of like, I just want to be the biggest, baddest motherfucker out there so I can beat everybody up. That's not true divine masculinity. That's child's play. That's bitch play. Because you're insecure. You see how all these alpha males are really the most insecure people deep down within? Is because they have traumas from their past and are trying to cover it up with all this glitz, the glamour, the glory, when in reality these are just coping mechanisms for the underlying issues that they have within themselves. The divine masculine man goes within. The degenerate alpha male goes outwards, external. The divine masculine focuses the energy, attention, all that shit internal, towards internal development. There's this good quote from Lao Tzu, the man who wrote the Tao Te Ching, who states that true power does not come from controlling others. It comes from controlling oneself. Another quote from either Leonardo da Vinci or one of the great Stoic authors, Aristotle, Socrates, Plato, one of them. Again, don't get me twisted, but they state that to master oneself is of all things the pinnacle of life, is the ultimate journey of life, to be self-mastered. That's what a man truly embodies, the divine traits of the godly, masculine energy that is within us. When you are mastered within yourself, you can master and manipulate life towards your advantage, life towards the advantage of others, towards the elevation and evolution of others. This is what you were brought here to do. And as a man, if you can recall one of my previous videos on this channel talking about how every man is built to be an alchemist, you have the energy, qualities, traits, and capabilities that a female doesn't have to create. I'm not saying females can't create anything, but this is your natural default state as a man. Think about it even on sexual terms. Your semen, your sperm, carries that life force energy. The egg of a female nurtures it and allows it to grow and expand. Your vision in this world, the life force energy you have within your head, needs to do the exact same thing. Penetrate into Mother Nature, Mother Earth, the physical world, and bring that vision given to you by God out onto this physical reality. That's what you were gifted with. That's what you were blessed with. Females were blessed with more of the energy to be able to take that thing that the masculine divine energy has brought into this world and nurture it to another level you can't even imagine. That's their role, that's their trait, that's their essence that they were brought here to actually express in this world. You have the capability to create something out of nothing. That's what a true masculine man, a true divine masculine man is brought here to do. Create that vision. It isn't about grabbing material things, cars, clothes, and all that shit, because guess what? That's gonna leave. That's temporary. That's an illusion. And society has made you believe that that is what it means to be a man, so they get you trapped within this cycle of consumerism and carnality to keep you in your lower level states of existence, your lower three worlds, your lower three chakras, your lower three planes of consciousness where you only focus on survival, sex, and status, so you never break out of this mental prison, this psychological prison that they've actually put you in a chokehold within. Some deep shit and some deep stuff that is kind of hard to grasp, but when you actually view the world with a clear perspective, you'll see it as clear as day. It is so evident to you, so prevalent to you. It isn't mumbo jumbo that I'm just sitting here in the field, in the flesh, dropping to y'all. As you heighten your levels of awareness, heighten your levels of consciousness, you'll see it as clear as day. You pierce through the veil. You peer through Maya, the illusion. The masculine man sees it. And the masculine man doesn't try to go out to the external world and change it, because he knows that's false, that's futile. He reverts his energy, attention, and all that stuff inwards to unlock his gnosis, his divine knowledge that has been given to him within, that can be found within the heart, which helps guide him along this treacherous battlefield that we call life towards true glory, towards true fulfillment, where he's not chasing pleasure. He's focused on purpose. He's focused on his mission. He's focused on creating a life that is actually fruitful, not for just himself, but for the others. If you're put in this position where you can watch this video, you're not in a war-torn country, you got access to Wi-Fi, you got access to phone, you got access to computer, you have been blessed more than you can ever believe. Are you gonna waste that blessing on just being a bitch and letting your senses dictate whatever your decisions are, and letting society manipulate your mind to follow their agendas, to mold to their propagations, to their propaganda, making you a mere cog to their machine, to the matrix? The choice is up to you, man. Your choice is up to you. And if you're wondering how to get out of that stuff, we talk about all these things on this channel, on the main channel, on the private Patreon community, with the people I work with one-on-one, on the consultation calls, all that shit, man. Self-mastery. There's so many aspects of self-mastery, the mind, body, and soul. But at the end of the day, this is what it's all about. This is how you unlock yourself out of those lower planes of existence, those lower levels of consciousness, and actually tap into your true divine radiance, your true divine essence as a man. Through practices such as meditation, celibacy, semen retention, pranayama. Of course, developing your body, overall maxing out your vitality, going deep into your psyche, uncovering and unraveling the layers of programming from your past. When you have the mind, body, and soul working in unison together, you are an unstoppable force within this world. Unstoppable force within this world. Because now you're exuding divine masculine energy. You're able to manipulate, bend reality to your will. And you're doing it in a detached state, so the universe rewards you even more. The universe rewards the righteous. It might not be right there at that instance, but I'm telling you, you are sowing the seeds for glory. And you're doing it not just for yourself. That's the most important thing. You're doing it for the welfare of others as well. I'm not telling you to be fucking charity out there, giving up everything for your life for other people, because as the old saying goes, you cannot pour from an empty cup. Once you actually overflow your cup with vitality, with spiritual connection, with mental clarity, then you can actually use that energy, use those resources to help uplift other people, aka pour into their cups. Just like how the sun ain't gonna be able to give off this energy if it ain't burning like a fucking 100,000 degrees. If it don't got the fireball energy, how can it actually light up this entire world? You got to focus on the self, and guess what? When you focus on the self, because the self is all-pervading, don't want to get too deep with that, but the self is all-pervading. The self, when you master the self, you master the external world, as above, so below, as within, so without, as the Hermetics say. The man is a microcosm of the macrocosm, the universe. So when you master this, you help master the world. You help improve the world. Know thyself, and thou shalt know the gods in the universe. A saying within the Oracle of Delphi within Greek mythology. All that stuff is centered towards you becoming the best version of yourself, mentally, physically, and spiritually. When you do that, man, you are literally doing it for something far beyond you. You're surrendering to the divine will of the universe to guide you to glory. That's what the true divine masculine man does. Everyone would probably think, oh man, a masculine man doesn't surrender to anything. The divine masculine man surrenders to God, to the universe, to the higher self, to the higher source. It bows down to that. But it also knows at the same time, it is that. Oh shit. Let me leave it at that. I don't want to go too deep. The divine masculine man bows down to that, but at the same time, as he goes through that process, he realizes that he is that. The alpha man, the wannabe alpha man, the degenerate male, will never realize this shit. Will never realize and uncover the secrets of the universe. And will remain stuck in bondage to their lower self, towards their animalistic nature, which keeps them stuck within the cycle of samsara, propagated by society's push of carnality and consumerism. That's what keeps you stuck in this cycle, this never-ending cycle, this never-ending hamster wheel of chasing from one form of pleasure to another form of pleasure, to this addiction, to that vice. You think a masculine man, a true masculine man, divine masculine man, is in a chokehold by cigars, nicotine, alcohol, weed, drugs, women? If he can't control himself, how can you call yourself a man? Oh man, everybody has vices. What is a vice? Something that dictates your decisions. Something that you don't have a choice to quit. Something you don't have a choice to say no to. That's a vice. A masculine man, a true divine masculine man, has the power over his own being. So if he wants to engage in these types of things, by all means he can. But he has the ability to not engage to it whenever he wants. Because he does not let the external dictate the internal. It's all an illusion on the external. Nothing can make you do certain things. It's just your brain has been hijacked by society, by the programming. The divine masculine man rips through the programming. Because there is an internal programming, an internal manual, an internal map that will bring you to glory. That's already designed, overall set up within the heart. The divine masculine man finds that map. The divine masculine man doesn't look externally for this influencer to tell them what it is that they need to do to become a man. What are the 5 traits to become an alpha? How to cold approach women, all that bullshit. I'm not saying that's bad, I'm not saying that's evil, but what I'm saying is a true divine masculine man has a overall connection to a divine higher source that I can't give you this information, and no one can give you this information, no book, that no video, no nothing can give you the information to access. And once he accesses that, he's walking on the righteous path. He is giving up his own decisions for the decisions of his divine self. And he just becomes an instrument, a vessel for that guidance. And puts all this energy out into the external world for the elevation, evolution of his own self, but also for the collective consciousness of humanity. All this stuff I talk about on this channel, on the main channel, on the private Patreon community, with the people I work with one-on-one, on the consultation call, all that shit are tools, are methods, are techniques, are tips, are just overall information to help you unlock that source of knowledge, that divine source of knowledge that will lead you on the path to becoming your highest self, to actually achieving your highest potential, and actually embody the divine masculine energy you were gifted to by God. It helps you unlock that. I'm not here to tell you that this is the only way to do it. I'm not here to tell you that this is your purpose. What I'm telling you is you already know the purpose. The answer's already within. You just need to go within through these practices, through these techniques, and revert that energy, attention, and focus back inwards towards itself. Unravel the layers, uncover the treasure that's already within you. That's what all this stuff is about, man. I'm not here to tell you that this is your purpose in life, because I don't fucking know. I don't know, and I will never know. no one else will know other than you. And that takes energy, time, and effort to actually find. And that comes through the path of self-mastery, which will lead you towards the ultimate state of self-realization. That's what the true divine masculine man has at the pinnacle of his life, the pinnacle point of his existence, self-realization through the process of self-mastery. That cannot be actualized if you're still an asshole, degenerate alpha male stuck in the sea of pleasures, drowning in the sea of nonsensical illusions that create more attachments, more bondage to the material world. You're never going to be able to transcend beyond the dualistic nature of life if you're still stuck to this degenerate world. You were brought here for much bigger and better reasons than just satisfying the senses, satisfying your animalistic cravings, satisfying your lower level desires. But 99% of men only believe that that is the highest pinnacle point of life: survival, sex, and status. If I'm surviving, got some money, got some food, I'm having a lot of sex, and I'm able to rise up my status within this world, aka my ego, people think I'm the top G, people think I'm this, I'm cool with life. That is the ultimate pinnacle point of what it means to be a man. 99% of men only cap out there. The divine masculine man realizes and attains the higher states. The higher states of true universal love, tapping into that, of tapping into true creation, which actually helps elevate the consciousness of humanity, actually tapping into their spiritual duty, their dharma, what they were brought here to do within this physical body for the time being. Tap into true intuition, true knowledge that can only be accessed from within, and live in a state of true self-realization. That's what they attain through developing those 6 traits, those 6 opulences that we talked about before. So don't get it twisted, man. This world will tell you what it means to be a man, but in reality, they're telling you how to actually become more of a bitch. Become more of a bitch to the senses, become more of a bitch to your lower level desires, become more of a bitch to your lower self. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to be a bitch. I don't want to be a bitch. And I don't think you do too. Like I've said multiple times, the people who watch this channel in specific are more psychologically and spiritually matured, maybe it's due to past lives, whatever it is, karmas, to actually be able to grasp these types of content, these types of concepts through this content. Be able to sit down for 33 minutes, listen to this type of information, and apply into their lives. This is a gift. You are blessed with this type of stuff, man. You cannot waste it, because we are living in the dark ages, aka Kali Yuga. But the men who actually try to develop those divine traits, those divine qualities, that divine radiant essence that's within each and every single one of us, will be the ones who help flip the script and transfer us on over to the new Renaissance, to the golden ages, where spirituality and overall spiritual evolution is back as a priority. We need more motherfuckers out here embodying that divine masculine essence and showing the world, not just talking about it. Like, even call me out, man. If I'm not really actually doing my walking the walk, then it don't mean shit if I talk about this for 33 minutes on YouTube. We need more people actually walking the walk, so others can look at that's what it really means to be a divine masculine man. We're not doing it for that egotistical pursuit of, oh man, people are gonna think we're divine masculine men. Fuck no. You're doing it in a detached state where it feels like you're just flowing through life effortlessly. This is just what your natural state is. And when that happens, more people's attention gets focused on that rather than these top G's, bottom G's, whatever, ABCs, telling you that this is what it means to be a man. Being puppets to the matrix, propagating you to more of this delusion. You will have a divine spark within you. You need to awaken it. The world needs it. You need it. So enough wasting time. Enough wasting time. It's been your boy out here in the field, in the flesh, dropping y'all that game so you guys can make these gains, and I'm out here. Peace.